Hey everybody, you are just tuned in to Real Laughs on 104.1. It is Real Laughs, that's right. I'm your host, Mr. James Yan. I'm joined in studio with a congregation of comedians, that's right. I don't think we used the C word congregation yet, have we?
Mm-mm.
No, I think that's it. Nice. All right. A congregation of comedians. Pass the offering plate. All right. I am joined as always by my good friend, Mr. Mike Hurley. He's in the house. Mike, how you doing, man?
Hey man, doing pretty good. Last week I got on stage like 4 times, did some decent shows. Then
Look
over the
at
weekend,
you.
yeah, right. And then over the weekend, took the kids down to see their grandparents down south. So it's actually the most normal it's felt in like months.
Congratulations, brother, on a little
Yeah,
normalcy. We all need it, man.
yeah. We'll see. We'll see if we all start coughing tomorrow. It wasn't worth it.
No, it wasn't. Hopefully, the one that you like lives through it all. Okay. Also,
Thoughts and prayers. Thoughts and
thoughts
prayers.
and prayers your way, sir. Also, the guy that all helped start all this craziness with Real Last, Mr. Miguel Colon Jr. is in the house. Miguel, how you doing, bro?
I'm good, man. Hey, have you guys? This is pretty messed up. I want to ask the truth here. When like the first round of COVID happened in like the March time and we were in lockdown, I
Yeah.
didn't really know anybody that had COVID. And then
Yeah.
the second time, like around now, I've known people, and I'm kind of been like, cool, okay. So now I know it's real. Thanks, Danny, for getting it. You know,
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
so I'm starting to wonder now, like. We're gonna have another third round. I mean, this COVID's got to be a three-peat. Like this. I feel like right, like the studios are writing this. And they're like, okay, the first one was big, the second one, but like the third wave of COVID when it happens, like at that point, am I gonna care that anyone got it? I'm like, well, that's what you get for touching doorknobs. Like,
Well, well, you know who I know doesn't have COVID, and he's with us tonight.
That's right.
has Charlie not been outside?
No.
I haven't been
No.
announced at least.
No,
I've been here
people,
for 5 minutes.
that voice that you are hearing is a very good friend of mine, former Republican brother, Mr. Charlie Bowie is in the house.
I vote for who I think is best for the position. That's where I'm at. Okay.
I like it. I like it a lot, Charlie.
You should add that. You should add that to your comedy club intro when they call you to the stage. This guy from
Absolutely.
Baltimore, Maryland,
Yeah.
former Republican. Wait, don't leave. Coming to the stage.
Well, I mean, honestly, Maryland has been a very Democratic state until right now, and their
Yeah.
first Republican governor in my entire lifetime is Hogan. So,
I'm gonna refer to
Well-
Charlie Bowie from now on as a Dixiecrat. I just think it sounds better. Just
Yeah.
Dixiecrat. Like that makes me think like when I hear Dixiecrat, like I want to be a Republican, but I have black friends.
And James used to be one of them. But anyway, all right, man. A couple of birthdays out there I want to mention here. Joyner Lucas, you might not know him, but he is a rapper. Donnie Wahlberg, we all know Donnie. That's right. Either you eating at his restaurants, or you know him from New Kids on the Block, or you watched him on what is it called, Blue Bloods, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, TV series. Yeah, Blue Bloods, man. Not a bad little
He
show.
put it to Charlie too. He was like, Charlie, what's the
Ooh.
show we watched together at night?
Oh, when we cuddle and I let you be Big Spoon. What's that show?
Blue Bloods is one of those shows that I figure old couples go to bed watching though.
Oh yeah. Oh,
Just watch a
definitely.
little Jag, watch a little Blue Bloods, and then
Or
pass
it's
out.
white noise when you're on the road. Like you're
Mhm.
traveling doing comedy, you just put it on like to have some
Yeah.
background. Yeah. So I figure it's also Sean Penn's birthday. I like Sean Penn. Grew up
Nice.
watching his movies.
Milk.
But go ahead, Carly.
He was from Milk. I don't
Yeah.
know. Why that one? I Am Sam. How can we not remember a good? Oh, she was Spicoli in.
Fast
Fast
Times at
Times,
Ridgemont
Ridgemont.
High.
There you go.
That's right.
and he
Oh
was-
wow.
Yeah, and he was Carlito Brigante's lawyer in Carlito's Way.
That's right.
Oh yeah, that was a great movie.
He looked like
I
Art
always-
Garfunkel in that movie.
I always remembered. Our- True.
Hello, Carlito, my old friend.
And I always remember him because he had like such a torrid relationship back in the day that was so rocky and rock star with Madonna. Remember that?
Mhm.
They're that young, just disastrous couple that everyone loved to watch when we were younger.
That used to
I
be your
remember-
check-in for success. Like, am I dating
Yeah.
Madonna? Check.
Yeah, made it.
Yeah.
I mean Basquiat, a really famous painter now who is been dead for
Oh,
a
yeah.
while. He went out with Madonna for a bit there, so you can thank.
Charlie, we're familiar with the works of Jean-Michel Basquiat. Thank you.
Yes, we are.
I, I didn't
I
think
didn't know.
you weren't.
I did not know though. He dated Madonna for a little bit.
Yeah,
Everybody,
they were close
it,
friends at the time.
it,
Yeah.
it was a rule in New York. If you lived there, you had to date Madonna at some point. That's how
Yeah,
it worked.
it was before she was famous too. So
Yep.
Oh, really?
Yep.
That's
Yeah.
cool, man.
yeah.
Yeah.
Eh,
It was before the Jeter rule. Now it's if you live in New York, got to date Jeter at some point. But yeah.
Just a quick list of Madonna's hookups over the years.
Oh, here we go.
Jean-Michel Basquiat, John Benitez, Sean Penn, Warren Beatty,
Yeah, I remember
Tony
that.
Ward, Jose Canseco, Dennis Rodman. How did we forget Dennis Rodman? Guy
They shared
Ritchie.
They shared
Guy
dresses.
Ritchie.
Guy
She was-
Ritchie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Jesus Luz or Luz. Don't know
I don't
who
know.
that is.
I know.
Jesus
apparently
lose.
Tupac
Jesus.
and her too, though. Did you guys know that? Tupac
Her and
had a tryst
Tupac?
with Madonna. Yeah.
Yeah, but Tupac famously said, "We don't love them hoes."
Yeah, but he's also a background dancer, so
Yeah.
True.
sometimes
True.
I don't take my advice from background dancers. I learned that.
If you're not lead dancer, I'm not listening.
I'd rather
I
listen
love
to
that.
I'd rather listen
Hey.
to Key Grip.
Hey,
you know?
Britney Spears backup dancer. He's got a nice career and a child support payment. Every
Oh,
month.
he's the
So it
king,
works out
man.
for some people.
He does.
He's the king.
He
I
does.
I go to the Church of Kevin Federline.
I do. I do. Because you know what he did. He told her, "Yeah, of course I'm gonna pull out." Uh-huh.
Yeah. You know he was talking to like Jamie Lynn Spears' boyfriend too. He's like, "You gotta do it, bro. You got blast in her. That's your
Yeah.
man. Gotta get that Zoe 101 money, kid. Got blast."
Oh my God.
How come the only time you don't have rhythm is during sex? Gosh,
Oh my gosh. Also, there's a very famous birthday. Me and Miguel are very big fans of this gentleman. It's Robert De Niro's birthday. That's right.
you
That's
talking
right,
to me?
Bobby.
You talking to me?
There you go.
I don't see no one else around, James. You talking to me? Oh wait, no, there's Charlie and Miguel. They're here too.
Yeah, he's over there.
those-
Which
he's
is
up
such a
there.
crazy line because it's New York in the 70s. It's like, no, buddy, I'm talking to myself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hi. You know?
If you're living in New York in the 70s, you don't want to talk to anyone because it's
No.
Yeah.
it's a
That's right.
hellscape.
Yeah, it was.
Nowadays,
And that-
you talking to me? They're like, no. I was on my phone.
Yeah,
Sorry,
yeah,
I was on my phone.
Bluetooth.
Bluetooth.
Are you gonna buy the organic muffin or what, sir? You know,
Yeah.
No,
this
I'm
is
here.
Brooklyn. This is Brooklyn. I have a cart full of organic muffins and a monkey.
I'm here for the
playing
Kraft
an
mayonnaise.
accordion. Welcome to Brooklyn.
Actually, I'm glad you brought that up, Miguel, because that's what I wanted to talk to you guys about. I mean, this guy's had a career that spanned over 30 years, at least. And I want to talk about our favorite Robert De Niro movies, but also the worst ones, because he's made some horrible films in his time. I know people
Yeah.
don't believe that, but he has. Now, Taxi Driver was a great movie. Like, that was a great movie, Robert
Yeah.
De Niro, back in the day. But what is your favorite Robert De Niro movie?
It's probably Goodfellas, even though that's unfair because that is just an ensemble cast.
Ensemble. Yeah.
You know, like I would say if I didn't say Goodfellas, probably Heat. Heat
Yeah.
was
Wow.
Heat's a great
It was.
movie.
It
Heat
was.
There wasn't a woman on set on Heat. It was so masculine. Like literally, they were like, "No women allowed." This
Yeah.
is just. Can we have a 10-minute gunfight in this movie
It-
with Tom Sizemore
In,
running?
in fact, I think Parliament House is doing a drive-in of Heat.
Mike,
Park
I go-
outside, a bucket of lube with every bucket of popcorn.
I go,
Nice.
I go every year, and I'm always like, "Oh man, it's gonna be weird with all these guys hitting on me." And then I spend the whole movie all sad, like nobody's looking at me.
Nobody's
Let me tell
nobody's
you.
hitting on me.
Let me
Yeah.
tell you, Jeff Jones used to run a comedy night over at Parliament House, and some of the best shows I've had in Orlando is Parliament House audiences. They're
Yeah.
great.
Yep. They are great.
Right.
They are great. Now, Charlie, you a movie guy? You like to watch movies?
Yeah, there's
Yeah.
some good ones.
Okay. Do you have a favorite Robert De Niro movie that you like?
So I don't like any gangster movies. So Meet the
Whoa!
Parents. I hate them. I hate them.
You really,
I'm-
really?
Hate them. Doesn't make any sense to me.
Gotcha.
So Meet the Parents. There you go.
Okay,
What do
that's
you
not
mean
a
by
bad
doesn't
Robert De
make
Niro.
any sense
You little fucker.
to you? Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
What do you mean like gangster movies don't make any sense to you? What is it?
They
Like
just
the
never.
enjoyment of them?
They never hit me. Being a bad person, and then in the end, either everything goes straight to hell, or
Yeah.
you reformed, and then you got away with being a real piece of garbage for the entire time.
Yeah, but you
I-
love politics.
Well, that's
Like-
that's the reason right there. I think
Yeah.
Charlie takes more
Wow.
to the Godfather line. One man with a briefcase can steal a lot more than 10,000 with guns. You know,
Yeah.
so true crime True
Sure.
crime is legal, you know?
Yeah.
I don't know, Charlie. I've heard things. I've heard
Yeah.
things, Charlie. All right.
I
Oh,
want to mix
you were
it up,
doing
though.
a De Niro impersonation.
Oh,
Now I get it.
I get it. Yeah.
But I do want to mix things up. I want Congress to wear tracksuits.
Oh,
Like,
Me
no.
too.
With little chains hanging from their states, and it's like,
Yeah.
oh, the
Just
distinguished gentleman from Hawaii. You got anything to say? I don't see
Yeah.
nothing.
Bernie
very
could have a nice purple velour with a little Star of David tangled up in the white
Yeah.
hair.
Yeah.
Can I dial it up to an 11 as if the question was dedicated to me? Yes.
We're gonna have to run this past Bernie the jeweler.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Does he deal with jewels? No. Why would you
No.
say that?
Yeah.
Why you asking so many questions?
This
Yeah.
Next
guy.
question.
I don't
Yeah.
know.
I'll
Mike,
tell
do you
you-
have a favorite De Niro movie?
Obviously, Goodfellas is amazing, but like Miguel said, ensemble cast. I think similar lines. Casino, still
Yes.
an ensemble cast, but it was great. Much the way
Yeah.
Goodfellas was. You get to see him rise from just a numbers guy for the mob, go all the way up. And man, he really did that movie well. Just seeing him deal with the pressures of the cops, the mob, everything coming down. And
Yeah.
I'm not sure, but every time I watch a mafia movie, I just assume they're based on real life incidents. Just names change,
There's quite a few. Yeah, there's quite a few.
Yeah,
Um,
one of the things that I love about Scorsese movies with like Goodfellas and like Casino is in the end, like Charlie said, sometimes it all goes to S and just it falls apart. But in these movies, Scorsese movies, the bad guys' punishment is they have to live regular lives like us. You
Yes.
ever notice that? Like that's
Yes.
their hell that they have
Yes.
to be us. And I'm watching it, like I said in a movie, like this is great. But I do leave like, wait a second.
Second.
Which is great because at the end we sympathize for him. They're like, "Oh man, it's rough
Yeah.
over here."
Yeah. I gotta tell you guys, a lot of people think of De Niro and they always go to his gangster movies, mob movies. But for me, I think he has great comedic timing. One of the best movies that I like watching with De Niro in it is actually Midnight Run. It came
Yeah,
out in
with
the '90s, man.
What's his name? Groban. Oh, I forget the guy's name. The
Charles,
other guy.
Charles Grodin.
Grodin. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Actually, very good movie, very funny. So I like him for that. But I gotta say this: he made some horrible movies too. And the
Like-
one that sticks out, oh my, Rocky and Bullwinkle.
Oh, I didn't even know he was in that.
Yeah, that was
He-
for the
he-
that was for the
That's horrible.
grandkids, man.
Oh.
You do one in a generation for the grandkids.
No,
Okay.
that was for the pool edition. In
Yes.
his house.
You can make one for the kids and it still be a good movie. That was a horrible movie. You don't even
The
remember
one
a
we did
minute.
with Pacino where they were cops was bad too. Righteous Kill.
Yeah.
That was garbage.
Yeah,
I
I did
wasn't
not
a
like
fan
that.
of the one he did with Edward Norton, The Score or whatever. Where
I like that
Oh,
one.
yeah.
really, I didn't care for it. I feel like he was a lot of it was unbelievable when you start seeing him hanging down like all Tom Cruise from a rope breaking into
Yeah.
safes. I'm like, no, dude, I'm half your age and that looks like painful to me.
He did one with Eddie Murphy too. Showtime. Do you
Yeah,
guys remember
Oh
that
my
one?
God!
That's a
Yes.
guilty
Yeah.
pleasure though when he put the
Yeah.
22 inside the big
Yeah.
super gulp cup. Yeah,
Yeah.
I liked it.
Yeah, I like that one too. There was another movie that he did. It was a comedy. He just did it with what's her name, skinny girl playing the Princess Bride.
The
Uh,
Intern.
Robin, right?
The Intern.
the Intern. Yes.
Yeah. It was a good movie until the end, and then it was like, you're just gonna let your husband cheat on you?
Yes.
Come on! No, you don't go. Okay, it's fine. No, you go.
No,
you kick
Charlie.
his ass in the curb.
What you don't realize is he apologized.
Yeah,
He
like
said,
a
"I'm
gentleman.
sorry," like a
Yeah.
gentleman.
Yeah,
What
read the Bible.
God?
It,
Turn the other cheek while I
Yeah,
go
let-
tap this.
it was it was a good movie, heartfelt movie until the cheating part. Then it's done.
All right, guys, don't go anywhere. We got more with Real Laughs. When we get back, we're going to discuss how Google Maps ruined this guy's marriage. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back, everybody. You are still rocking with Real Laughs on 104.1. I'm your host, James. I want to remind everybody that you can download all our past shows on the iHeart app. We're on Spotify as well as iTunes. You can always follow us on Instagram, Facebook, and now YouTube. That's right. Go to our YouTube channel. Be sure to comment, like, and subscribe. All right. We are joined with Mike Herlihy and Miguel Colon Jr. I wanted to talk to you guys about something interesting. Now, as comics, when we're driving all around this great country, we use GPS. We use Google Maps at some point, or you're using some form of it, whether it's Waze or another GPS system. Now, it's done a lot of good for people because sometimes driving to the Midwest or whatnot, these back roads, you don't know exactly where you're at. So we use that so we don't get lost, or in my case, lynched. So it does a lot of good. But for one dude who was using Google Maps, he was searching it and it ended up ruining his marriage because he's looking at different places around town. He's looking at different spots that he's been with his wife, and he notices that one place he looked at, there was a park bench, and there was a woman that looked a lot like his wife. So he gets a little closer on the actual screen, zooms in, and the closer he gets, the more he starts to think, yeah, this is my wife. And he sees her with a guy kissing that doesn't look like him, and then he realizes, oh, that is not me. That is actually a different dude that is kissing my wife. And that's how this dude found out that his wife is cheating. He was using Google Maps on his own town and caught his wife in the act. Ruined his life. He got divorced. And I started thinking to myself, have I ever been in a situation where I caught someone cheating and how did it happen? And then I thought to myself, oh, yeah, I caught my dad cheating once. Now, before I go on, if you guys ever caught someone cheating, like, oh, that's not her boyfriend or that is not his girlfriend. You guys ever done that before?
Yeah, I mean, luckily, I've never caught anyone cheating that I like cared about enough. You know, like I've just
Yeah.
seen people and
Okay.
be like, oh, that's the game. But it's never been like I can't think of somebody where I was like, I did tell my buddy, my buddy was dating a girl and she came to me and she's like, hey, I just want to let you know that you know, you and him are really close, and me and her were pretty close from him. She was like,
Yeah.
so I've decided that that I'm gonna break up with him, and she's like, I'm gonna leave him, and you know, she's like, I wanted to ask you what you know, what you thought about, and I straight up told her, I said, I'm going to go in my phone right now and I'm going to call him. And she was like, no,
Yes.
I just wanted to talk. She said,
No.
I'm not, listen, I like you. You're pretty cool and everything. And thank you for thinking you could come to me. But at the end of the day, when this split happens, I'm not going to be the one who's like, oh, yeah, I knew for a month that she was going to leave you, but I didn't care enough to tell my friend, you know? Because I
So
just
you
thought
were
it
like,
was,
so
I
you were
told her
like,
straight
man,
up, I'm gonna tell him. I've got to tell him. She's like, well,
yeah.
I'm coming to you. And it wasn't, I don't think she was, the thing was, she didn't ask me anything like, what do you think? How can we repair this? She was just like, I think she wanted to vent to someone and thought that we had become cool enough that I could just, but it's like, nah, man, like at the end of the day, my buddies, I'm not going to hold that piece of information and
No.
just be like, well, you know, I just didn't say anything because it wasn't my place. Yeah, it's my place. You're my boy. And your
Oh my
girl's telling me she's
God.
going to leave you, you know?
That put you in a crazy spot, but you had
That's
to
why
deliver that. Yeah.
I'd rather do that phone call. I'd rather do
You,
that phone call than all
yeah.
week know what's going down. You know,
Yeah.
and people have told me, they've been like, "No, you should have stayed out of it." I was like, "They put me, she put me in it.
No.
She put me in
No,
it."
she put you in it
Yeah,
because if what happens is if you have that information and they break up, then it comes out that you knew. It's like, dude, why didn't you tell me? Like,
yeah. Or if they don't break up, what am I supposed to do? Okay, cool. You know, even
yeah,
though she's telling me she's leaving him, you know,
yeah, yeah. It makes me not trust her. Then you know what I mean.
I
And
just don't. Yeah,
how did you break the news to him? Did you just like a band-aid ripped it off? Like here's what I know. Here's the information.
I
That's
called
it.
him up. I called him up. I was like, "Yo, I was just." It was outside the improv too. I was like, "Yeah, I just got.
Ah,
I was like, I just got off stage. A girl came to me and was telling me that, you know, she's thinking about that at the end of this week she wants to leave and she wants to leave you." And he was like, "What?" And I was like, "Yo, I gotta go. I want." And this is honestly got truth. I was like, "I gotta go." I was like, "I want to see the next group of comics." So I left to go watch the comics. Because this is when like I didn't get improv time. So like I got
uh-huh.
on like a Ken plus 10 or something like that.
Yeah.
This is like 8 years ago or so. So I was like, I gotta go though, because these are my new friends. I want to hang out with them. You know? But
Oh.
I
Oh
told
my
him, and then I
God.
called him on the ride home and we were talking, and then he called her up. And then the crazy thing is, like, they stayed together, but I was like, bro, like,
That's crazy. Because later on in that night, I know he had to call you. Like, bro, what happened?
mhm.
Oh, they killed. The guys were hilarious.
Oh
Oh, you
yeah,
mean with
I was
her?
like, yeah. I was like, there, this is fire. I'm really excited to be a part of this new scene, you
Yeah.
know. But
Oh yeah, your girl. Yeah, she ain't. She ain't. Yeah, she ain't. Yeah, you should break up with her.
is it
But
cool if I hit her
anyway,
up in 2 weeks? Like, you know,
two,
'cause you
two
said
weeks.
some things. Yeah, you said
2
some
weeks is
things
the
about it.
appropriate mourning period. Two
Oh,
weeks.
one week, 1 week to break up with you, and
Yeah.
another week for me to be a gentleman about it. You know?
I like that about you. Thank you, sir. I tip my hat to thee.
Yeah.
I actually had a weird I don't know what you call it, situation with cheating. Where my dad, he was a Rolling Stone. I told you guys back in the day. My dad he was a whore, like everywhere. That's just what my dad was.
You old slutty ass dad.
Dad had 4 different baby mamas. That just was my dad back in the day. Well, anyway, he used to take me out, every summer because I go stay with him and my grandmother. Now, my grandmother had a farm. It was out secluded. It was a perfect place for a dad to cheat, is what I'm telling you. Okay, so my dad would take me out to, like, let's say a theme park. We would go out to dinner, have a great day, and he would bring a friend with him. I thought that was just a friend because he would tell me, "This is your dad's friend." So it
Says
was a
he's
nice.
just a friend.
Yep, it's a nice young lady, and I'm like, "Oh, this is nice." My dad has a nice friend. She'd be really nice to me. So the whole day we're hanging out with his friend, and we come back to my grandmother's house. My grandma had this big country house, and my grandmother's, of course, asleep. And I go to bed, and he's still there with his friend. And I get up to get some water in the middle of the night, and I notice that my dad, and I'm like probably like 8, that he's still having a good time with his friend because they're like wrestling. I'm like, "Oh, I love wrestling. I'm just gonna watch the match, see what happens." And then after a while of wrestling, my dad must have got tired because he just slumped over and said, "Huh," like he was just so pooped from all the wrestling. And I thought, "Oh, that they're done." So I'm just gonna ask my dad some
Ooh,
questions. So
Dad, put her in the face rider. There you go.
I turned the light on. My dad and his friend were, I guess, wrestling with no clothes on because the clothes get in the way when you're trying to do all the moves. So I learned some stuff that night that I wasn't,
Did her
I didn't
face
know
look like
about.
Sting when she was done? You know?
So that's when my dad, my dog, yeah, he's a dog. That's when my dad taught me all about guy code, and some secrets are good secrets. So that's my experience I had with catching someone cheating. But at the time, I didn't think it was cheating. I thought it was just wrestling. That's how you do it.
Did you really just think it was wrestling?
Yeah, dude, I was very young. I was either 8 or like 7. Like I had no idea what they were doing. I was just so
Did that
naive.
make you terrified for ever wanting to play sports? They're like, you should sign up for wrestling. I will not.
No,
I will not. I saw
I'm
wrestling.
glad I didn't wrestle because I would have did the wrong things.
Yeah.
Like, no, that's not what you. Are you sure? Because my dad, he's a really good wrestler, and this is what he did. You're like, yeah. So I did not wrestle, but yeah, that's my first time ever encountering my dad cheating. But believe it or not, I caught him cheating 2 more times after that. So yeah, shout out to my dad, Willie James, game player for life. Mike, you ever catch somebody cheating, brother?
Man, not really. I'm not really. I don't know. I guess just the time I was growing up, things are different now. Like if you're cheating now, you're stupid because everybody's
You
got
get caught.
phones and
Yeah,
videos, and
yeah. Oh
like
yeah,
before you even get home, she's already
yeah,
got video of you in a parking lot making out with someone.
yeah.
So like, and even now, like I'll talk to ex-girlfriend that I haven't talked to in like 20 years and find out now that she was cheating on me back then. Like
Why
I'm
do
just
they tell you now?
That's
like
so
I'm
mean.
like
Hey,
they'll
Mike.
they'll bring it up like I knew, and I'm like, no. Oh, I thought that was why we broke up. I'm like, no, we broke up because you said this and this. Oh
Yeah.
no, I was totally seeing a guy for like a year. Oh, okay,
Oh,
but yeah. So I'm oblivious. When I was younger, I was just a lot more trusting and stuff. But as
good
I got older
lord.
and cynical, I can't say I busted for anyone for cheating, but I will say I've learned some of the trade craft of a cheater.
Okay.
And
Okay,
I'm
some
not
trade
saying
secrets.
I'm
Okay.
not saying me personally have used any of these techniques. I'm saying these techniques are out there. Number one, if you're going to be spending a lot of time over at another girl's house, make sure that the body wash and shampoo at that house matches the body wash and shampoo of the house you're living with your other girl. That way, if you need to take
Ah,
that, after coitus shower,
Yeah.
you can go home smelling the way you smelled when you left.
Or
You
keep a
know,
So you're
ferret in the
saying,
car.
like,
yeah.
why
Rub
did
the
you leave
ferret
the
all
house
over you.
smelling like Irish Spring and now you smell like pineapples and potpourri? What's going on there? You know?
So
I ran into the
I need to,
Lion Punch guy. We got into a fight.
yeah,
Yeah,
I
yeah,
need to talk to my dad and tell him after he wrestles, he needs to have the same shampoo.
yeah,
James, your dad was having sex.
yeah.
Stop it,
Okay.
Miguel. You don't know.
Yeah, I just got to break
I
that down.
think I think one of the other things, this was back when I had my Razor, or certain
Razor
people had
scooter
their
or phone?
Razor
Oh, yeah.
Razor phones. always have pictures of you at random places, like not me, but a friend of mine. Whenever they would go out, just randomly take extra pictures of Denny sitting across from friends. So when you got that text or beep, like it's 1:00, where are you? You could send a picture back of your buddy sitting across from you at a booth at Denny's having a milkshake and be like, yeah, we decided to grab a shake after the show. Oh, okay, be home soon. You know,
but be smart, because then she's like, it's sunny outside and you don't have a beard. Damn.
No. Well, no, you take the picture of your friend to show that's who you're with.
Smart.
And then you text your friend like, yo, man, if so-and-so calls, I'm with you at Denny's, you're enjoying a shake, you know? And then I guess the other thing is change the names in your phones. You know, if you know there's going to be a girl popping up on your phone, change it to a dude's name, which makes it awkward when the text comes through like, I can't wait to get that D, love Jeff. You know, you're like, yeah. No, that's that guy Jeff from work. You know, he's always playing like that. So.
We play basketball at the Y, and I've got serious defense.
So, you know? I will tell you, if you're going to change the name of your phone, make sure it's a person, not a business, because they will ask you, why is Pizza Hut calling at 3:00 in the morning?
They won't ask me that, because look at my body. They'll be like, why is Pizza calling? It's a wellness check. Hey, I'm good.
Yeah. Hey, Miguel, we've let this tab go a little long here. We're just trying to...
Miguel, you ain't called here in a week. Are you okay?
Yeah, you good, buddy? Let me know, man. We're not just Pizza Hut. We're part of the family, okay?
We're here for you. Put the exercise equipment down. They're lying. Also, a friend of mine who was a cheater told me that he already has posts ready to go on social media, because you can tag yourself at different places, and he would just throughout the night tag himself in the places he said he was going. So that's what he would do to get, keep his girlfriend off the scent.
So you're in New York. He's like, yeah. And you're standing next to the Twin Towers.
Yep. They're wrecked still. Yep.
Yep. I thought it was weird too. Let me let you go, babe. Pizza's calling me.
What do they say? They want to wrestle. I don't know. I don't get it. But anyway. Oh my God. Shout out to my dad and all the cheaters out there. God bless, man. I ain't built for cheating. I'm just saying I ain't got the energy. It's funny because we were having a conversation about cheating the other day, and I tell people that when I was younger, of course, I would tell people, I ain't cheating, man. I love who I'm with. I'm never going to do that because that is wrong. That's hurtful. But I would tell you, Miguel, at 44, I tell people now I ain't cheating because I ain't got the energy. I ain't gonna have. I can't have sex with you, and I still got to go home. And that girl, I can't. I am not Superman. I am a man. God damn it! I got no energy. I can't do it.
I can see you calling the other girl in the house, be like, Michelle, this is Anita. Y'all gonna have to schedule some stuff. I'm dying here.
I'm gonna catch a nap real quick. Could somebody order pizza? Check the number in my phone. All right. Oh man, we're gonna be right back, guys. Don't go anywhere when we get back on Real Laughs. We're gonna be talking a little bit about ice cream jingles on the ice cream truck that you hear in your neighborhood, and why it might be bad and why a change is needed. Don't go anywhere. Right here, Real Laughs 104.1. Welcome back, everybody. You are listening to Real Laughs 104.1. It is still Monday. Thank you guys for tuning in and supporting us all this time. Really want to shout out to fans. We've been seeing more of you guys at our comedy shows. You guys are coming up to us and telling us that you listen to us on Real Laughs. So we want to thank you guys for doing that. I am joined by Mike Herlihy and Miguel Colon Jr. Like Mike, over the weekend, we were doing a show and at the Improv, and people were actually very excited the fact that we were the people that they hear on Real Laughs.
It was a pleasure to finally meet your mom. Yep.
Well, she's a good woman. Not a good wrestler. But yeah, anyway.
Horrible shot, though. 3 bullets and your dad's still walking around bragging about it? Come on.
Well, either she's a horrible shot or a damn good one. She wanted him to live through it. Think about it.
Good point.
Yep. Yeah. So we met some fans over the weekend, and we had some really good shows, and they were really excited, and they were asking where everybody was, Miguel, and we explained to everybody that we all do different shows, so it was really cool to get to meet.
Did you just tell them that we weren't invited? The rest of us cool kids,
No, I did not.
Actually, Ken Miller was sitting outside, so it was one of those. That's Mike, that's Ken, and Miguel's probably somewhere with somebody
cutting my long yard.
Yes. Strip. Just one strip.
He's paying off that Pizza Hut debt right now.
It's funny because we mention your name, Miguel. Everybody always gives me that look, and I know what's going to come out of their mouth. They're like, "Miguel work at the Sausage Castle." I'm like, "Yes, he does."
It's
it's
a
always
boring
dude.
job most of the time. Like it's a logistics job. It's got cool points to it, but it's like people will hit me up sometimes, like, "Hey, like guys, people don't know us. Like, hey, we wanted to just stop by." We're like, "No, it's not like that. It's it's offices." And
Because people think it's just a party nonstop.
well,
It's
to
like
be
the
honest,
Playboy Grotto.
that's the same thing people think when you guys are doing like the lowdown. They just like must be so
Yes.
much fun just to hang out with your best friends and create a talk show. I've had people tell me they're like, because I'd be like, hey, James is still at his show. He won't get back till 8. And they're like, it's a 30-minute show. What is he doing there so long? And I'm like, yeah, that's it. It's just 30 minutes of work for these guys.
Yeah, they think we just shoot it. That's it. No one writes it. No one proofs it. No one downloads the videos, edits. It's
No.
like none of that stuff.
They think
man.
it's the first season of Real Laugh. Show up in a studio and try to make fart jokes. Which was a great season.
A
still.
great season. Yes, it was, man. Mike will tell you. We're the first to get there and the last to leave, man.
Man.
It's work. It's work, man. I wanted to bring something up. Speaking of work, guys. Now we all love the ice cream truck. I mean, over the summertime, that was my favorite thing. Like you hear that little time.
I think me and you love it a lot more than Mike. Like Mike's like, my kids love it, and sometimes me and you are like, we have an app called Ice Cream Man. It'll tell you when one's coming.
We do. That's right.
Is that a real thing?
It needs to be.
It should.
It is now.
Trademark that right now.
Is it wrong to order ice cream from the ice cream truck on Uber Eats? I do anyway.
Can we be honest though? When it comes to the ice cream truck, me personally, there's one good thing they have, and it's usually the strawberry shortcake bar.
Yeah,
like I love those.
Yeah.
But the kids love getting it because the ice cream trucks always have the novelty ice creams where it's like SpongeBob,
shaped like something,
or Spider-Man. But you open it up, it looks nothing like the wrapper, and Spider-Man's eye is like all like
he looks like the
down.
Toxic Avenger.
Yeah. Or Sonic is like his hair is supposed to be going that way instead of going that way.
Yeah.
So it's the novelty, and then you take a couple of bites, and you're like, "Wow, this is really just too sweet." And that stuff, for some reason, once you take the wrapper off, it has a higher melt ratio than regular.
Oh my god!
Because as soon you see a kid at a beach, when he gets one of those out, it just covers his hands. Like, dude, go in the ocean. Go eat that in the ocean.
I like how in movies there's like a soft serve ice cream man. That only exists in Hollywood.
No!
You see in movies the ice cream man comes, he's pouring. I'm like, he's not an old Greek guy with a cooler full of knockoff pops.
And his shirt is always perfect. He looks more like a milkman, like
perfectly
white. It's never the guy wearing like the Free Planet Fitness tee from like 2016
with a ball cap
under the armpit. You want this or not?
Yeah. What do you kids want? Hurry up!
All their stuff has frostbite because they ain't replacing stock.
It just sits. My buddy Chris Stavanakis was an ice cream man. We were in high school because his dad owned a couple ice cream trucks. And we would get super high and then go ride around and like skip neighborhoods because it's all gridded. You're supposed to go. And I'm like, do you really want to go there? Let's just get this done. And kids would keep running. Our favorite thing to do was to just cruise the neighborhood with the music going and slow down. And kids would line up and then just floor it and bounce.
Yeah. You can always tell the ones that are actually selling drugs too, because they'll have the pictures of all the stuff, but when you get there, they only have Weight Watchers creamsicles. And then it's like, sorry, my friend, don't we have his weight? Okay, I'll take an 8-ball.
You got me.
My buddy.
My friend.
Incorrigible.
Yeah, the only reason I bring this whole ice cream truck thing is because there is a tune that you hear with the ice cream truck, and that little ditty that you always usually hear is called "Turkey in the Straw." Is that right, Miguel? I said it right.
Turkey in the Straw, and Pop Goes the Weasel's the fallback one that they got. Yeah.
Because the weasel goes pop.
Yep. Now, Turkey in the thank you, Mike. That's right. In case you didn't know how it ended. Spoiler alert. But Turkey in the Straw, actually.
Pop goes the weasel.
It didn't start out as a racist song at all. It just was a normal old song. But
like
then,
most great songs.
Yeah. Like Proud to Be an American. How did that
Everything
turn
by
out, like,
Celine
racist?
Dion. It didn't start out as racist, but by the second bar, I mean, we knew where it was going.
Near, far, go back to Mexico. That's not in the original.
Whoa, wait a minute, Celine. Oh,
Oh
I'm
no,
sorry,
no,
my English.
it's in the
my English.
original.
Mike, it is in the original, right? The studio made her change it, but she's like, no, Vegas show will be Celine's music.
Yeah.
Yes.
Wait a minute, a song about refugees coming over on the Titanic? Uh-huh. Yeah, I got this one.
Yeah. All right. Well, Turkey and Straw later became adopted by minstrel shows, and they changed the lyrics, and it became a really racist song back in the day, and it continued that tradition throughout the South
So-
for a long time.
Ice cream
So-
trucks were around before minstrel shows, or the song was.
The song
Okay,
was
okay.
a normal little ditty, Mike, but then
Now I just see a wagon pulling up in the middle of a Civil War battle. Stop it, boys! Stop the atrocities. Who wants a Lincoln Pop?
Hey, drummer boy, you want to get in on this?
No, man, I'm fighting off diphtheria. I'm just gonna chill.
Hey, Fife guy, where are we paying you for?
The best job if you were gonna be in the Civil War, fife and drummer. Like, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Hey, you guys with the instruments, you get to the front, let them know we're coming.
Coming.
Hey, take the guy holding the flag too, in case they can't see you over the bushes.
Yeah, the best job would be second chair fife guy.
Second chair.
Hey guys, you need me for the battle? No, Victor's there? Okay, never mind.
Cool,
Cool.
man.
Cool.
Cool. I'm just gonna have a jam session with the two other drummers.
Just on the side, like, man, if I was in there, I would have played so much better.
Bro, you see the way they're missing everybody who's 6 feet away from them? It's because they're not feeling it.
Yeah.
Feeling it.
I could go back to the doctor's tent, see if they need any leeches or help sawing off limbs.
Hey, you know the guy comes into the barbershop selling scissors all the time? You think there was a dude in a wagon just rolling up? Jeremiah's leeches here. The finest leeches you can get.
Yeah, that's right.
Abscess tooth? Don't pay nickels.
Just pay pennies right now.
Yeah.
For 2 bit you can get. All right. Well, well, that song became a little racist. So, Good Humor, the folks that sell a lot of ice cream out there that go inside ice cream trucks, decided they wanted someone to create a new song that's not racist that everyone could use, and they would pay for it and make it free for all ice cream trucks to use. So they turned to a celebrity that's a music composer,
Mhm.
and they wanted someone that had the right background that would say ice cream to everyone when you heard the name. So, of course, they went to no other than the Wu-Tang's RZA, that's right, to give them a new ice cream jingle. That's right. So RZA came up with a new song for Good Humor, and they're going to be using that from now on, so we don't have to think about
complexes
racism.
and Rolexes infected demons of ancient Egypt, which is all with his beehive rings. Yeah.
No. He's still doing CREAM. It's just they put ice before it now.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's right. Green, get the money.
Yeah. Ice
So-
cream rules everything around me. I didn't want to write a new song.
Please pay me money.
Money.
Dollar bill, y'all.
Do you remember real quick that they used to? I'm the Good Humor man.
Yep.
That one.
Yep.
Why did we? I still want RZA to get paid, so I'm glad they did it. But
Yeah, he's glad they did it. Now, it was funny to me because RZA, starting off in the hood, RZA was a huge hood rapper back in the day. And the fact that now he's working for Good Humor, boy, has, things changed for him. And I wanted to highlight some other stars that we know that started out one way and ended up being completely different or just mainstream now. Like, I think one that comes to mind was Ice Cube. He's got to start in NWA being
Yeah.
a gangster rapper, man.
he's the
That's
most
what he
dangerous
did.
black man in America.
That's
He's
right.
just spitting what was happening in the streets and unafraid and to poetically drop what was happening to him. And
Yep.
And now he's
yeah.
doing Are We There
Are we
Yet?
there yet?
Yeah.
7, yeah. Hey man, big
I'm
houses
mad.
are expensive.
Amen, bro. And he's definitely become mainstream. Everybody knows who Ice Cube is from one way or another. Another guy that you got to big up is Snoop Dogg. Snoop Dogg, man, was facing murder charges, man. He was about to go to prison, being a gangster rapper, a Crip member, and now he's hosting shows with Martha Stewart.
Yeah.
Man, just a complete transformation. How crazy is that?
Little
And it's
side
funny-
note too, man. Martha'd still get it.
Yes.
Little
Yeah.
side note, little thirst trap Martha. I saw her put a picture up where she was like in a bathing suit. I was like, okay.
Okay, I see you. I see. And funny thing, side note, Martha Stewart, between the two of them, she has the most street cred.
Yeah, she
went to
did
prison.
time. Yeah,
She
and
did
did
time.
stint.
Yeah, man.
Yeah,
She
that's
and
why
she did.
Tanya Harding's the biggest G to me. She kept it hood the
She
whole
did.
time.
She
You
did.
know, she was
She
like,
did
I know how to
snitch.
get to the Olympics. They're like, practice? No, no. I got a whole nother way. Practice this guy.
Oh,
Let me talk to Bernie the jeweler. Set it
there you
up.
go. Also, rapper Jay-Z started out definitely a drug dealer. Let's just say it. He rapped about it. He's become a business mogul. Just all types of stuff that he's into: art dealer, real estate. Beyonce. I mean, just they've built a conglomerate. Man, the guy's just
I was just like art dealer, real estate, Beyonce. He's into some of the most amazing things. You know?
you can't tell me I'm lying.
You know who?
Uh,
You know who's a big one too? Ice-T.
Yeah.
Absolutely, man. He's been on what
He went from
CSI, not CSI. I'm sorry,
singing cop killer to being a
the big
cop on one
Yeah.
of the best shows on TV, Law and Order.
Law and
Yeah.
Order. That's what I meant
And
to
they
say.
always
Absolutely.
gave him the throwaway lines too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like,
they did.
like they have so much exposition lines. Like that's the best part of Law and Order. Watching cops explain basic cop procedure to other cops for the viewer at home. He's a what? He's a pedophile. What's that like? Well, that's like if they're having sex with young children. All right then.
Or they do it with New York too. It's be like he'll be at Washington Sports Park. You mean located at blah 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 blah?
Yes.
Man, you know the place, man. You know we caught 3 bodies there last week. I hate doing this. I hate being
Dude,
your partner.
I can look out my office window and see that place. You don't have to
Yeah.
explain it to me.
Explain it to everybody, man.
And there's
So,
never an episode where they're happy that it didn't turn out to be a murder. Like, turns out the girl wasn't strangled. She died of a heart attack. All right, we're going home early. You know?
That's right. No, so the reason I bring that up because look, we've all had humble beginnings. I think all three of us have. So there's no telling what the future holds for us. We could become huge mega stars. Likely not, but we could at some point. That's right.
Yeah.
One of us
What
from
about
this state.
humble middles? Because that's where I am right now too. Like
I-
it's been pretty humble the whole ride. Like
Now, before we have to get out of here, I want to ask you guys: you guys performing anywhere soon? You guys getting out, doing a little comedy?
I'm gonna be at Margaritaville this weekend, Friday
Nice.
and Saturday. Yeah,
Gotcha.
Yeah.
And they've been having some really good shows. They've been selling out every weekend, brother. So
I'm
please,
excited, man, to go to do a show at a nice stage again. It's been a while.
yes. You're itching to get on that stage, aren't you?
I am. Friday and Saturday this week, you can go on to Bonkers Comedy. I think it's Bonkers Comedy / Margaritaville, or at least Bonkers Comedy Margaritaville, and tickets are available.
Nice, man. So on behalf of Mike Hurley, here, Miguel Colon Jr., and myself, James John, thank you guys for listening. We will see you tomorrow on Tuesday. Y'all take care.